Hey, this is Nowhere Bound. I'm just going to add to the many videos out there of people with their first CGC unboxing. So I'm going to break this open. I sent these out. I actually sent them to CCS as well. I'm still working on learning pressing so I can do it myself and save a little time. These were all sent like in late October. Just got them today, April 8th. So I'm going to just check these out. There's a warning. There's 2 green labels in here, so if you're not into that kind of thing, you can look away. But they're pretty fun books anyway, and I've had them since the 80s. So yeah. So I was a collector back in the 70s, 80s, and into the 90s, and then I kind of took a break. Obviously, a lot of people have. I came back in looking at my very small collection. I really only have like 2 long boxes. Back in like 3 years ago or so, I started thinking I would maybe sell, and then I just kind of got back into watching a lot of great videos. ETA Nick was a great early one. He has a lot of knowledge and is clearly knows what he's talking about with collecting and everything, and he's even retiring, so and kind of getting his collection down to just his favorites, so which is great to watch. But a lot of other great videos out there. Swagglehoss, Longbox, who else? Newbie. I can think of a lot of good ones out there. I'll have to add some links in below, but anyway, yeah, so I just thought I'd just do a quick lo-fi opening here. So this is, yeah, submitted these, and along with, so this is 2 bronze and a silver, and I also sent 4 modern books post 75 out there, and they just got pressed, and they'll be coming, I'm sure, within a month or 2, so we'll see what those look like as well. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into this box. Alrighty. Alright. Plenty of bubble wrap. Looks well done here. Alright. Here we go. Alrighty. Now, I actually did cheat and looked at the grades because, yeah, it's been like 5 months, so, and this is my first submission. I really wanted to know, so there won't be any shockers here, but I had a pretty good idea. But one book came out a lot higher grade, qualified, but higher grade than I thought it would. So without further ado, let's take a look here. All right, here we go. Alrighty, let's get this up. There we go. All right, number 1 is a green label. Let's set these. Nice. Pressing's not too bad. Alrighty, so okay. So I ordered in the early 80s with my brother. We both decided to get a couple books, and I picked up this one along with another one that we both got a copy of. Unfortunately, both books that were sent to me in the early 80s were missing a page. Not a story page, but this one was apparently an ad page. So at least I could read the full story, and I was really happy to have this anyway. So it is a green label, but it is a 7.0 X-Men 12. I just, in the early 80s, it was... I think it was 10 or 15 bucks to get it ordered, and I thought maybe one day it would be worth something. So, but at the same time, I was just a big X-Men fan. I bought, I think the first one I got was 137, off the rack. So anyway, I really was already way into the X-Men, so the idea of getting an early one like this was, even in the 80s, it seemed like so long ago, but so this is pretty cool. Here, I'll bring it a little closer here. So I thought this was going to be like a 5.0 or something. I didn't expect that good for a qualified grade. Yeah, it's missing page 14. There's the back side. Slightly tilted in there. Well, it doesn't look like it's trapped in the sides. I've seen some videos where it's trapped in the sides, but it's not exactly square, but that's okay. I can probably go like... Actually, yeah, that lined it up pretty good. There we go. So, there's the first one. Let's see, what else we got? Okay, this is the one that me and my brother both ordered. And his was complete. Unfortunately, he sold his in the early 2000s for much, and now, of course, and especially in the last year, the value of these is a lot higher. I thought this might get a 6.0, but it got a 5.0, and it's 5.0 qualified. Again, this is the other qualified one. So here it is. It's Hulk 181, 5.0. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Let's take that out. Nice. This is the first time I'm seeing it, so, oh yeah. Looks like they pressed it pretty good, considering. Yeah, I didn't think, they mentioned spine stress, and I didn't think the spine looked very bad, but I mean, I guess because it's rolled a little bit so you can sort of see that white line along the spine, it doesn't show too much, but they mentioned that in the notes. As well as there's a very small tear on the back cover. That's like less than ½ an inch, but there is a tear on the back cover, and just a very like 2 millimeter tear on the front. So those can knock you a bit. But yeah, overall, oh, it's great to see these preserved like this. So even green label, sorry, but yeah, I've had these since the 80s, so they're still pretty valuable to me. But yeah, so there's the two ordered from a mail order ad in a comic in the early 80s. All right, and the last one was bought in a bargain bin in the early 90s. Yeah, and so I think I have. Oh yeah. I have the sticker, or the sign. This is what it was. This was in the bag. 50 cents for this, in a bargain bin find, because these books were not considered valuable in the early 90s. But yeah, I thought this might get a 9.0, but it got an 8.5, which is not bad though. It does have a few ticks, a few spine ticks, very unnoticeable, but they're there. And they mentioned slight foxing on the back, although very light foxing on the back. Boy, it's very light. So anyway, it's Strange Tales 169. The reason I picked this up in a bargain bin was one of the first Spider-Man comics I read in the early 70s was Marvel Team Up number 24, I think, from the early 70s, and that had Brother Voodoo in it. So it was just kind of, I remember, oh yeah, he's that guy that was in one of the first ones I read. So I picked this up in the early 90s as a nostalgia buy, and now it's 30 years later or more. So yeah, pretty cool. And you know, we might be making an appearance in the next Doctor Strange movie. I don't know, we'll see. So they definitely set it up for that possibility, so we'll see. Anyway, yeah, that looks really good displayed. So I do have one blue label. The next shipment will be 4 moderns, and they're all Blue Label. So, but I think most people would agree that if you're going to have a green label, this one for sure is not a bad one to have. And then the X-Men 12, I just like that the full story is in there. You know, yeah. So, so very cool. I'm very happy with these. Yeah. Considering my small collection, it was really neat to see that these had become so huge after all these years. So, all right. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll talk to you later.